come in, sir?
No, please.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Anand Mohan?
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Anand, can you give a brief introduction?
Yes, sir. Myself, Anand Mohan. I am from the state of Jharkhand. I have done my schooling from OP Jindal School, Patratu, and I have done my graduation from Indira Gandhi National Open University. And sir, my hobbies are practicing yoga and designing science experiments.
Right. We noticed from your DAF that there's a big gap between your 12th class and your BA.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain that?
Sir, earlier I was enrolled in Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Mohali, in a 5-year BSMS program. But around the 3rd year, I got extrapulmonary TB, and hence I had to discontinue that.
Oh, sorry to hear about that. You are involved in 800 meters race and high jump, right?
Yes, sir, during the school time.
Right. So, tell me about high jump. What is the Fosbury flop? Have you heard of the Fosbury flop in high jump?
Sorry, sir, I have not heard.
Oh, that revolutionized high jumping, because instead of going over like this, Fosbury came like this, turned and then bent over with his back to the bar.
Okay, that is good kinematics, sir.
Have you heard of this phrase judicial activism, and there's another phrase judicial overreach? Have you heard of these two phrases?
Yes, sir.
Tell me please.
Sir, judicial activism is when judiciary comes into picture to fulfill legislative vacuums, or the need of the hour is there. Judicial overreach is a negative connotation that is associated with judicial activism. So when there is no need or judiciary tries to breach its mandate, then it is termed as judicial overreach.
Very good, but please give me an example of each so that it becomes crystal clear.
So sir, judicial activism, I will say Visakha guidelines will be example of judicial activism, and sir, asking administrators to control pollution within 30 days or within 20 days, that will be regarded as judicial overreach.
Okay, good. Now, you must have heard of the term good governance.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me some characteristics of good governance?
Yes, sir. The good governance has some features as provided by United Nations, such as transparency, accountability, participation of all the stakeholders. So, sir, these are the features that I can remember right now.
Right. Now, my final question to you: corruption. How would you define corruption?
So, sir, every post or position is given to a person to serve certain purpose, that is work in the public interest. But if that position of power is utilized not for the mandate given to him or her, but for the personal gain, that should be regarded as corruption, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anand,
Yes, sir.
you are from Patratu.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me what Patratu is famous for. Okay, and what, in your view, the state government or the central government should be doing more to utilize the potential of the things important for Patratu?
Yes, sir. Sir, Patratu has been famous for power plant, PTPS, that is Patratu Thermal Power Station. So earlier plant was built by Russians. Now that has been decommissioned, and another plant is being built at the same place. So sir, this is about Patratu. The state government and the central government have been already taking steps to diversify Patratu. It is being rebuilt and projected as one of the tourist location also, and even.
What will you do more? What, in your view, should be done more than what the present state and central government are doing?
So, sir, my focus will start from working for education of the region, and because I see that people of Patratu are more indulged in unskilled laborers, even in the plants that are coming up there. So that should be number one priority. Another one, sir, there are many good locations there, such as good falls are there, dam, lake, etc. are there. So those things can be projected as.
But the state government is already doing a lot about tourist facility development in and around Patratu.
Yes, sir.
It is now one of the best destinations in Jharkhand.
Yes, sir.
What else you want?
Sir.
No, I can agree on education. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And why you have given importance for education? You said that there are unskilled laborers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if there are unskilled laborers only, okay, how would you actually, you can give them very basic education, but then how about that basic education is already available in all the schools?
Right, sir.
Okay, that area is very famous for all the collieries or in all the CCL, etc. They have
Yes.
a number of schools there.
Yes, sir.
Then
But
why you're
still-
saying that only unskilled laborers?
But still we see, sir, that the employment that is being provided to the locals there, that is basically of not so good quality. There are a number of reasons for that, and one of that is obviously lack of proper education and lack of proper skills that are going to be
So
utilized.
do you think that the new education policy which the government has initiated,
Yes,
the
sir.
government of India, will help in that regard?
So definitely that will help in that regard, but new education policy has been created with entire nation in the mind. We need to bring it to the ground, such as Patratu, and do necessary modifications.
In what way?
So sir, if there are people who have missed their education during their school or college time, they can be provided with bridge courses, and they can also be provided with relevant skills that can be utilized in nearby tourist locations also. For example, if dam is there and people from different states or different nation are coming. Okay, sir.
Okay, but my last question to you, that you yourself have been a product of a private school
Yes, sir.
promoted by a corporate,
Yes, sir.
okay, whereas there have been large public sector companies
Yes, sir.
working in that area,
Yes, sir.
okay, very large, one of the largest in India, okay. So why the state government and these large public sector organizations have been able to cater to the demands of the local people in terms of education, and why a private corporate could come and could do that? And if that is the model, what should be, in your view, the provider of education in India, private sector or the government?
Sir, India has become most populous country of the world, and we have people coming from different socio-economic background also. Definitely there are few people who can afford private sector education, but then there are others who cannot afford it even at lowest cost if it is provided. So sir, I think the proper mix of government provided as well as private sector provided education should be the right approach in India, sir.
So you mean to say that private sector education is only for the motive of profit? That's why you are saying that every person cannot afford private education, but you yourself are a product of a private school. And I am seeing your DAP, you are not coming from a very wealthy background.
Sir, there is a reason for that. When OP Jindal school was started there, it used to charge very low fees, and after my class 10th, they provided me full
So
scholarship.
that model can be replicated all around India, and the whole of education sector could be given to private sector because they deliver better.
Sir, instead of providing whole of education sector to private sector, I think proper mix is the right way, and also sir, both the private and public sectors can learn from each
Justify
other.
that, no, please.
Yes, sir. The one of the justification is even the students who have been studying in private schools, after their schooling, many of them are aspiring for government funded higher education institutions. So we cannot say that government funded or public education institutions cannot do well. So IITs etc. are a good example of that. So sir, that can be replicated in the school level also.
Please.
Anand Mohan,
Yes, sir.
you practice yoga
Yes, sir.
and you have taken Sanskrit as your option.
Yes, sir.
Tell me some of the yoga sutras which explain what is yoga in Sanskrit.
Sir, the one I know of is Patanjali's Yoga Sutra.
What is it?
So he talks about Ashtanga Yoga.
Just tell me the sutra.
Sir, I don't have that idea.
Yoga chitta vritti nirodha.
Yes, sir. That is one of the, yes, sir.
That is Patanjali's thing.
Yes, sir.
There is something else which talks of yoga doing anything that you do in a better way. You know the Sanskrit sutra?
Membership.
Yes, sir.
Which will wait for you for 25
I think it
minutes
is taken from Gita and it is Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
Kaushalam, yes. Sanskrit literature
Yes, sir.
deals with a lot of niti shloka.
Yes, sir.
Which is your favorite niti shloka?
Sir, the one slok that I always recite is Ashtadash Purananam Saram Samudritam Paropkarah Punyaya Papaya Parpidinam.
What is the meaning?
So, sir, the essence of all the 18 Puranas is can be summarized in two ways. One is that if we are kind to others, we do service to others, we help others, that is regarded as punya or the good deeds. And if we harm others, that should be regarded as bad deeds.
As pap. Okay, I will recite a poem and you tell me the meaning.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Vidya dadati vinayam, vinyad dati patratam, patratvat dharmapnoti, dhanat dharma tatah sukham.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard this shlok?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me the meaning.
So its meaning is Vidya Dadati Vinyam. So Vidya, if you learn something.
Education is the purpose of education.
Education
gives you humility.
Yes, sir. Education makes you polite. And
Vinyad dati patratam.
Politeness makes you eligible for certain job.
Patratvat dhanamapnoti.
So if you are eligible, the money will obviously follow you. The wealth will follow you.
Dhanat dharma tatha sukham.
From the wealth, you can perform good deeds.
Very good.
By performing good deeds, yes, sir.
All right. What kind of experiment have you been teaching young kids?
Sir, I mapped the school curriculum basically from class 6th to 12th.
Okay.
Activities.
So if you have to explain a 9th grader or 8th grader Pythagoras theorem through some experiment, how will you do it?
Sir,
Very simple.
Yes, sir.
Make a right angle triangle, put squares on top of all these sides, and you can adjust the two squares into the third square.
Yes, sir.
That's simple,
Yes, sir.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, when you say you have done a BA General, what does it mean? What subjects have you been taught?
Sir, I have taken subjects from history, political science, and Sanskrit, also foundational course in Sanskrit, foundational course in English and science and technology. But I have not done honors in any subject.
Right. So, this political science and history.
Yes, sir.
Who is the guru of Indian politics and Kootaniti, the diplomacy, in our historical documents?
Kautilya is basically regarded as.
And Kautilya's what theory is the most relevant one in our foreign policy, or for that matter, anything? Chatushpad?
Sorry, sir.
Chatushpad.
Sir, I have not heard of that.
You haven't heard Sam Dam Dandaped?
Yes, sir. I have heard.
That
of
is Chatushpad.
Yes, sir.
You know Sanskrit as well, so.
Yes, sir. I can understand.
Okay, Maldives.
Yes, sir.
Are we dealing with it diplomatically in Sam, Tam, Dand or Bhed?
Sir, right now we are utilizing Sam and Dam.
Okay, all right.
I'll ask you only one question. Today many people believe that Sanskrit is totally outdated.
Yes, sir.
There is no point in studying it. Nobody wants to study it.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that is the right idea that people have that Sanskrit has no value, no meaning, no nothing, it's a waste of time?
Sir, Sanskrit has definitely lost its popular value. It is not a language of masses right now. But sir, Sanskrit, all of our ancient texts, scriptures, even valuable texts on yoga, etc., are written in Sanskrit. It has been regarded as one of the best suited language for computer programming. And also, sir, there are initiatives targeted to revive Sanskrit, even as a language of masses.
Why did you study Sanskrit when there is so many other languages you could have studied?
So, sir, first of all, it was a subject which interested me since my school time, but I could not carry it forward after my 10th. I did not have options. That was number one. Another thing is it has a concise syllabus. That was also in my mind.
Practical point.
Yes, sir. That was also in my mind.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Anmol?
Yes, thank you, sir. Good evening, Anand.
Good evening, sir.
We have done this high jump 800 meter. Right?
Yes, sir.
You are associated with it. Can you tell me how to stop incidents of doping at local tournaments and at state level?
Sir, we have to basically make our athletes aware of different effects of doping. Also, sir, case studies about the top-notch athletes who lost their entire career when they got caught. That must be taught to the young athletes from the very beginning. Another point is, sir, demand and supply. We have to check the supply of different drugs to the potential athletes. And another thing is, sir, many of the athletes do doping even though they are not aware of that. So there are different drugs, pharmaceutical drugs they take for pain relief, etc., and that results into bad results. So they must be made aware regarding those things, sir.
This Ram temple is in discussion.
Yes, sir.
These days. Tell me, was Rama putting Sita through this Agni Pariksha? Was it a misogynistic act?
Sir, Ram was king of Raghuvansh, and as a king, he had to justify several things before his subjects. The society of that time was definitely patriarchal. For that reason, he had to justify his position that if he is staying with Sita, both of them are pious and pure. So, if he asked Sita to do that, even though I will not support such acts in the present, but if he did it in that time, so sir, I think he must have done it with the greater picture in the mind, even though it must have hurt him personally, sir.
Okay, thank you, Anand.
Thank you, sir.
See, they are looking for officer-like qualities.
Yes, sir.
So the first thing is, when you come in with your shirt button untied and your
I forgot, sir.
see your tie in the mirror when you go out, definitely gives a very unkempt appearance.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
So hair neatly combed, clean shaven, all these things taken care of. Black boots with this kind of a dress.
Okay, sir.
Socks should match your color trouser and should be without any design.
Okay, sir.
Now, you're such a good candidate.
Thank you, sir.
Very good candidate. You need to shed your tenseness and nervousness. No tension,
Okay,
no
sir.
nervousness. Because we are looking for officer-like qualities here. It's not a test of knowledge. So if you don't know an answer, just go to the next one without getting rattled or frazzled by it.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I would suggest is your answer has to be structured a little better, so that you capture everything
Yes,
which
sir.
is asked for in a very comprehensive fashion. And for that, I'll just give you some tips. Take
Yes.
about 100 of these A4 size sheets.
Yes, sir.
Think of all the possible questions that will come your way. And they come from DAF, current events, subject, job.
Yes, sir.
Once you have all that ready as in form of a question bank, take each topic and do a thorough study of it.
Yes, sir.
And put it down in terms of bullet points in order of priority.
Yes, sir.
And then sit in front of a mirror and practice, practice, practice.
Yes, sir.
So, your answers should be uniformly good across. Then you create that impression which is very smooth.
Yes, sir.
But here, for instance, when I talked about judicial activism and judicial overreach, you were right on the dot. Then I asked about good governance,
Yes, sir.
and you were able to tell me 3 out of 8.
Yes, sir.
What happened to the rest?
So I forgot at that moment.
Equitable and inclusive,
Yes, sir.
efficient and effective.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole list which is there from, as you said, it's from UN.
Yes, sir.
So you said accountable, you said transparent, and you said participatory, right?
Yes, sir.
Responsive, equitable and inclusive, effective and efficient, follows the rule of law and is consensus oriented.
Yes, sir.
Once you have those, bullet points, then it will all come back. It will flash into your mind.
Yes, sir.
Once you have practiced it long enough.
Yes, sir.
So best of luck. You'll do very well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good guy.
आपको कोई क्वेश्चन?
Sir, there are a few questions about Sanskrit actually, and I was not aware of the term because I have.
संस्कृत वाले साहब आ रहे हैं,
Yes,
ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है,
आपका ये जो सिटिंग पोस्चर है,
Yes, sir.
इट लुक्स वेरी लाइक भागना है कहीं पे.
ठीक है, तुम बहुत हड़बड़ी ले लो, पहली
आराम
चीज।
से बैठ जाओ.
Yes, sir.
आराम से
रिलैक्स.
बैठो, आराम से क्वेश्चन करते रहो, ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
हड़बड़ाना
Sit
नहीं।
comfortably. Sit
Sit
comfortably.
comfortable. Okay, sir.
This is a way of good comfort.
Okay. So be comfortable. दूसरी चीज क्या है
Yes, sir.
कि देखो पतरातु जो है पूरे देश में,
Yes, sir.
that's actually a classical case of big electricity reform in India.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, पतरातु थर्मल पावर स्टेशन का जो रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग है,
Yes, sir.
it's a big case, it's not a small case, it's a role model actually, ठीक है, तो उसके बारे में और प्लस आप झारखंड से हैं,
Yes,
उस
sir.
एरिया से हैं,
Yes, sir.
तो उतने उस क्षेत्र में जहाँ इतनी अमीरी रही है, आज का नहीं है पीटीपीएस, बगल में बुरकुंडा है, रामगढ़ है,
Yes, sir.
ऑल द बिग पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनीज, और उसके बीच में गरीबी, अशिक्षा
Yes, sir.
क्यों है ना?
Yes.
उधर ट्राइबल्स भी हैं काफ़ी,
Yes, sir.
उससे हो सकता है, ठीक है। इको टूरिज्म तुम्हारा वहाँ हो रहा है, उसकी क्या पॉलिसी है, नई पॉलिसी क्या है,
Yes, sir.
गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया क्या पॉलिसी है, वो सब कुछ बता नहीं पाए थे,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। तो तुमको थोड़ा सा ये सब चीज़ें जो है ठीक से पढ़ लेनी होगी, सोच समझ लेना, और जैसे बताया ना इसका बुलेट पॉइंट बनाना।
Yes, sir.
And Anand, you have a very this uncommon optional.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's very rare that sir was here. Otherwise, the questions would be from current affairs only.
ठीक है ना, करंट अफेयर्स, जनरल अफेयर्स,
You have not
जनरल
mentioned much in your
बहुत
DAF.
वाइड हो गया। एक्चुअली क्या हुआ,
Yes.
इस चक्कर में अगर तुम्हारा पैनल में कोई संस्कृत का नहीं होगा, हो सकता है कि हो,
Yes, sir.
अगर नहीं हुआ तो तुम्हारा जो है ना, तुमसे कहीं से भी क्वेश्चन टपक जाएगा,
It's very wide.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। तो तुमको थोड़ा उसके बारे में प्रिपेयर रहना होगा,
Yes, sir.
ताकि तुम अचानक से चौंक नहीं जाओ और हड़बड़ा नहीं जाओ, और उससे तुम जो है डिमोरलाइज।
Yes, sir.
अगर कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है तो आप एक्सक्यूज मांग लो, सोच लो पहले थोड़ा सा 1 सेकंड उसके बारे में, फिर आप एक्सक्यूज मांग लो, पोलाइटली एक्सक्यूज मांग लो,
Yes, sir.
सर आई मे बी एक्सक्यूज्ड, आई नीड टू रीड मोर अबाउट दिस,
Yes, sir.
ओके, दैट्स ऑल राइट, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है उसमें, आप आगे बढ़ जाओ विदाउट गेटिंग क्लस्टर्ड अराउंड द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन विच यू डिडंट नो,
Yes,
ठीक है ना।
Yes, sir.
बट अगर तुमसे कोई एकदम बेसिक प्रश्न पूछेगा, उसका अगर तुम बोलोगे, एक्सक्यूज लोगे, तो वो क्षम्य नहीं होगा,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना।
जी सर।
रामगढ़ में सिख रेजिमेंटल सेंटर का विद्रोह हुआ था,
Yes, sir.
ये बहुत बड़ी घटना है आर्मी की हिस्ट्री में,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना, छोटी मोटी घटना नहीं है, वैसा कहीं नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। इट वॉज एकिन टू द ब्रिटिश पीरियड,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। सो उससे बहुत आ सकता है।
Yes, sir.
You was having the question with.
Sir.
संस्कृत का क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा
He
है,
was having
क्या?
the questions.
Sir, I had for example, I know about yoga chitta vritti nirodha, yoga samadhi, etc. But I did not know it as part of some yoga sutra or something.
पतंजलि के योग सूत्र में this is the most unique one because it tells you what yoga is all about.
Yes,
Chitta vritti nirodha.
Yes, sir.
You have to stop the variations of your mind.
Yes, sir.
So I consider, maybe it is me who considers it the most favorite one,
Yes,
but
sir.
it is one of those things which define yoga in a very nice manner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chitta vritti nirodha.
Also, sir, about Samdam Dandvet, I did not know. I mean, what to
कौटिल्य
call
का
it.
नाम जब भी आता है तो चतुष्पाद का नाम आता है.
Yes, sir.
And that is the only thing that is relevant as far as summarizing his work is concerned.
Yes, sir.
साम दाम दंड भेद उन्हीं का किया हुआ है,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना, वही है चतुष्पाद.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है.
So, sir, if I don't know the terminology, like I do not know Chatuspad. I knew about Samdam Dandvet.
Just say Sam Dam
Yes, sir. Saptank, Siddhant, and everything we have studied little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Not in detail. That is the problem.
Yeah,
That is all
you
right.
don't need in detail. We are not going. We don't have time to go into any detail.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Okay.
और
Okay,
अभी
Yes.
एक चीज और है, अभी तुमको वीडियो मिल जाएगा, ठीक है ना.
Yes, sir.
अभी देखना तुमने किस तरह से बोला,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, क्वेश्चन कैसे पूछा और साहब ने जवाब कितने आराम से दिया.
Yes, sir.
So that kind of calmness, that kind of
Okay.
gait must come in your presentation also.
Yes, sir. Now I.
और उसमें पैशन भी होना चाहिए. जब तक आप उसको पैशनेट होकर नहीं बोलोगे तब तक वो फ्लैट लगेगा, एकदम मोनोटोनस लगेगा.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना?
ठीक है
I
ना.
think I have to work
तुम
on.
बहुत आज लकी हो,
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है. साहब संस्कृत जानते हैं, संस्कृत के हैं नहीं, संस्कृत जानते हैं.
Yes, sir.
हम लोग दोनों झारखंड के हैं.
Yes, sir. That I could figure out because you are asking question about
तो
Patratu.
ये साहब
and-
नेतरहाट स्कूल के हैं, मैं रांची का हूँ, ठीक है. और पतरातू वहाँ से 20 किलोमीटर है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all the
ठीक है,
best.
ओके चलो.
Thank you, sir.
You are a very good candidate. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And actually, it is an honor to give
Thank
interview,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.